Hi guys, I'm Jenia and I wanted to share some pretty big news today. I wanted to do that face to face because I feel that it's kind of, personal. The news is that 2 days ago, my husband and I, we found the house of our dreams. Yesterday, we signed the contract on the house of our dreams. And today, we already might have some people coming to look at this house because now this house is going to go on sale. This is the house we're currently living in. So I'm going to explain a little bit more in detail in the video why it's happening so quick, but also just want to throw that out there that the house of our dreams is not it's not a huge mansion, but it has what we were looking for. I hope that was worth sharing with you. So let me know in the comments, of course, what you think, if you want to, and that's it. You need a haircut. Yes, you do.
But first, I was hoping to take you house hunting with me here in the state of Georgia, just to give you a little glimpse of what we were looking at and what we ended up buying. So the few houses I'm showing you today are all priced from about $400 to $550. They all have at least 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and some sort of backyard, which is kind of important to us. We were also hoping for a basement, which this particular house had none, but it was big enough inside, so that was kind of okay. This house also had big closets and it was just big inside, which is what we were looking for as well. But the next house next to it was just really kind of next to it. On the side note, I personally was hoping for no HOA and a little more privacy. As you probably might know, I am Jenia, a Russian wife to an American husband, and we are growing 2 kids together aged 1 and 2 years old. We also have a kitty, but if we happen to find a house with a big enough backyard, there is also a possibility for a dog in the future. At this point of our lives, we're hoping to find the house of our dreams, our forever home, and the one that our kids would refer to as the house I grew up in. But we would like to find it now before they even start school. Our current home has a very small kitchen, no basement, a very small backyard. My husband has no space for a home office, but he desperately needs one, and I would like to build a garden. But we were not too thrilled about the backyard at this newly built house, so we decided to move on to the second house. Also, as I was watching the video back, I swear I look a little bit pregnant, and I swear I am not and not planning to be, and this is not why we're moving. We are just moving because we're ready. And I need to cut back on those brownies from Costco. So this house had nothing really wrong with it. I can't say anything bad about it. We just did not really have that feeling that it was our forever home. And I think out of all the times in life, this is the time to be picky, and we really wanted to have that feeling of, this is it. Especially buying the house in the market that we have today. It's a seller's market, not a buyer's market, but still we would like to be a little particular. One thing I definitely cannot complain about with our current home is that we have a big, huge walk-in pantry, which I probably understand I would have to downsize, and that is okay. It might be a little bit of a challenge, but that's okay. The kitchen had an island, the outside was really quite nice, the neighborhood seemed friendly, and we decided to sleep on it and also see what else is out there, because after all, we were in no rush really, so we moved on to the next house. So this was an open house. It was nice, cozy, and cute inside, and we were looking around. I was really quite fallen in love with it, and I saw the backyard, which was nice and sunny, and I am a beginner gardener. I have this huge dream of just having a fenced perfect size backyard where my kids could run around and I don't have to worry about them as much, and I could build my own garden, or if the house comes with a garden already, that would be an ideal situation, but it takes years to build a garden. So anyway, I wanted to put time and effort into it and just build one eventually, and this house seemed to have everything so far. However, when we saw the bedrooms, the floors seemed to have some issues, and basically the house had some plumbing issues, so we thought, and we had to move on to the next house. But little did we know that we were getting closer and closer to our dream home. House number 4 speaks for itself. I don't even have to explain to you, just look around. This is exactly what we were looking for. It has everything, and like I said, just look around for yourself. The house had the perfect room for my son, the perfect room for my daughter. It had a little bit of a farmhouse style, I guess, and it smelled perfect. It was cozy, it was nice. It was just a typical American style home, which I absolutely just fell in love with. The owners were away. I think they had already moved out, and the house was just staged for people to see. It had nice farmhouse little gates on the stairs, the office that was already set up for you to just sit down and start working. Needless to say, we made an offer. We were pretty confident because our offer was way over the asking price, so we went home waiting to hear from our agent. The owners had a date set up a few days later to choose the best offer out of all the offers they would receive, and that was like a Tuesday about 4 or 5 days later, so that was quite a waiting game, and we were really nervous, but like I said, we were pretty confident about our offer. Just to find out that comes Tuesday, somebody else had an even higher offer, which was $50,000 over the asking price. We were second in line, and obviously those people with such a high offer that they made on this house obviously got it. We were heartbroken. We stopped seeing other houses for a few days. We were heartbroken. We needed some time to get over it, and we just needed to, pull ourselves back together, and then it was time for a rebound. So there comes house number 5. So it was a nice calm area with no HOA, with a nice modern style house with a nice bright accent colors like yellow, beautiful showers, and little just details like coffee cups on the bed, or just little touches that are made for somebody like me to just completely immediately fall in love with the little things in the house. But at the same time completely ignore the extremely crucial important things like, hey, look at those crooked floors, look at how those walls don't line up together. And it's not just a professional who would notice those things. When my husband pointed those things out to me, I was like, yes, that is hard not to notice. The house was crooked, and I'm not afraid to say that because it is what it is. They tried to cover it with a little makeup on the house for people like me to just be like, oh my god, it is so pretty, those little accent colors, and not notice the actual important things. And it would be okay if they didn't decide to overcharge that house with the price over $550. house. Needless to say, we moved to the very last house. As soon as we arrived, there was a little turkey with little babies. Little doorway to heaven. I mean, let me know, what do you think? Just what do you think? To me, this is it. We were speechless in love with the house, with the 2 acres of land and no HOA, with a chicken coop and a built-in garden already, fruit trees, a lot of just everything. Farmhouse / cabin kind of style of it. It was warm, cozy, smells nice. It had everything. It checked all the boxes that we were looking for, and it wasn't huge at the same time. It was bigger, way bigger than our house, but it wasn't huge. It was just heaven. So needless to say, with an attempt number 2, we made an offer, but this time we went home not being as confident and as cocky as we were last time, because we knew better this time. We were just really hoping to get the house, and we were not even talking about it because we were prepared for the worst, and we really wanted it. The same evening at 10 o'clock at night, our agent called us just to say that we got the house. So the next step is going to be to sell our current home and move in here. So back home, the things are as always messy and a disaster. The first thing I'm going to do is try and pull it back together, starting with the kitchen. I was just jumping from one place to another. It was hard to just settle down in one area because things were just happening and it was just a chaos. A good kind of chaos, exciting kind of chaos, but it was a chaos. So the same realtor guy that we bought the new house with was going to work on selling this house for us as well. So the first thing we kind of need to do is to pull the house together, clean it, make it look a little bit presentable for our realtor guy to come in and price it to be listed for sale. And after that's done, then we would have photographers coming in, and then after, the people coming in to look at the house and all that stuff. But first things first, just clean it up and make it look a little bit presentable. Nothing crazy, no deep cleaning, just, to make sure that the realtor is not scared to walk into the house, basically not to scare him off with our so-called real life mess over here. We were, of course, pleasantly surprised to hear so soon about the fact that our offer was being accepted on the new house. And they did have higher offers, as our realtor told us. However, our conditions apparently were better for the sellers. So, of course, I don't need to tell you that we're just extremely happy and all of this. It's obvious, but yeah, it's a lot of work ahead of us, just this, to make this dream come true. I was really happy and satisfied with the fact that I actually did manage to complete most of my major projects in this house, which is painting the kitchen cabinets, decluttering most of the areas like the garage especially, doing the makeover of the laundry room, doing the makeover and then decluttering my baby boy's room, and just, big projects like this that I was looking forward to finishing before we actually started actively looking for a new house. We were talking about it for a very long time, maybe about a year, but we didn't actually go and look for it. We were, I guess, waiting for the house to come to us, which does not happen. But then all of a sudden, we just decided to go and have a look at a house. And then the process just sucks you in and you feel like you're ready. And then all of a sudden, 8 houses later, we bought a house. There are still a few things I wanted to finish up deep cleaning wise before we moved out, like for example the windows in our bedroom and just a few things and corners like this that I didn't want to pass on to the new owners, but most of the deep cleaning I am happy to admit that I have done. Maybe I shouldn't say most of the things, but the hardest things in this house have been actually completed. Like for example, the kitchen sink incinerator or garbage disposal. The inside of it has been cleaned, which was very challenging for me and interesting to learn. As well as most of you might know, our master bathroom shower, which was absolutely disgusting. And of course, things like that were the hardest for me and the most challenging for me, I actually have completed, except for the bedroom windows that still need some deep cleaning. Plus that shower that I was talking about earlier, it has been a few weeks since I've done that cleaning, so it's about time to refresh it again, because that's how it gets to the stage of complete disaster and disgust, is when you clean it and then forget about it for another 6 months like I did before. So I mean, not judging anybody, just saying that this is what I did and I need to keep things refreshed on a regular basis and not let them get to the stage of a disaster. Right now I am using Thieves Cleaner. In case you guys are wondering, it is chemical free and it smells absolutely amazing. I know there is a lot of you who do not use chemicals or try to use the least amount possible when you clean. However, with me, I used to just not think about it as much as I probably should have. I'm not saying I would spray chemicals right and left all the time, but I did not really give it a deep thought before buying the product, whether it was chemical free or not. I would rather concentrate more on how well it cleaned. And I have to admit, after talking to you in the comment section and just in general, over time, the overall impact about this whole chemical free cleaning strategy is kind of something I am really leaning towards. Therefore, I'm planning on gradually working towards my goal of eliminating most of my chemical products and replacing them with chemical-free ones.
Anxiety creeps up on me. Is this how it's supposed to feel? Tell me when it's over. I got someplace that I gotta be. It won't leave. My friends say, get out of your comfort zone. It's a blessing in disguise. Get out of what you call home. Your name is written in the sky. It might feel just like you're on your own, but baby, it's another lie.
So you might have seen a few videos of mine where I was rearranging and decluttering this entire closet, and at the end of that video or those videos I bought a bunch of storage bins, these gray ones from the dollar store, and I gave you my feedback about them and they were great. However, there is this smell that comes with them. It smells like something new with the glue, which is okay, but when there is 10 of them in a small space like your closet, the smell is unbearable. So if I had 1 or 2 of them, it wouldn't matter, but like I said, I have a bunch of them and they smell. So I need to take them all out. All of the stuff inside of them I'm gonna have to pack somewhere else and just fold the bins for our new house or whatever I decide to do with them, but I can't scare people away with the smell in the closet because it smells like as if, I don't know. Basically, I tried a couple of things on them, like the vinegar and taking them outside and the air fabric freshener, and they don't stink as much as they did at the beginning. However, they still do smell. It's just not a good idea, and it's much safer to get them out of the way when the house is for sale. Because one thing I can tell you is that when we looked at the houses, the one thing I really paid attention to, and I cannot help it, is the smell, because that is something that will probably stay in the house no matter what you do. But it's important to me, and I assume that to be important to other people that will, look at our house.
work, work.
Just so happy that we're moving. They're about to come. House is not ready. You need a haircut. You need a haircut.
Cannot believe that what we had is now gone.
So like I said, we were expecting the realtor to show up at any time that day. However, he never did. And it was good for us because the house was just not ready. So at the moment I was just running around like a chicken with no head, and I just started some laundry and needed to fold the other bunch of laundry. So I ended up just kind of pulling it into categories and putting it into the rooms that it belonged to without really folding the actual clothes, which you will see in a little bit. And also what I was trying to do is, when it comes to the linen closet, I wanted to use the storage bags, the ones that you can vacuum the air out of. I ended up buying a bunch from Amazon, and I'm really happy with those because they come in 3 different sizes, and I got them I think for like $25. So I was trying to put all of the bulky stuff from the linen closet into those bags, and today I've completed just, you know, 1 bag.
I know it sounds a bit cliche, yeah, it does, but there's no other people like us. 'Cause we don't talk that much and we don't share a lot, even though there's nothing in it after lately. Maybe we'll get there. I know you think of me 'cause I've been thinking about you, even though we disagree on most things, baby. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll get there.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I really hope that you got a little bit of cleaning motivation out of it, even though I was jumping all over the place from one thing to another. And I hope to hear from you in the comment section. I love your opinions, suggestions, and advice. Those are priceless to me, and sometimes I might not get back to you or not get back to you right away. However, I promise you all of your comments are read sooner or later. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week and a weekend, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye now.